So we have quite of a hectic agenda, or it's quite busy. We will go as usual through the status of the working group, the activities and latest news. And then we will move to a presentation about the COREnext project. We have Andreas from Queen's ICT, one of our working group members, that will deliver the presentation. Then we will have a roundtable about SME strategies in research and innovation, as well as entrepreneurship. And we will have with us Professor Skianis from 8 Bells and Haya Al Kassir from 4 Dots Infinity. And then we will just wrap up. I planned this meeting for 2 hours because I was not quite sure if we would be able to manage it in just 1 hour and a half, but we will try. It's just it was just in case. So without further ado, membership remains quite the same. So no news in this. We have received a request from an SME to join, at least one that I know of. But of course, they have to go through the process with the NetworldEurope steering board. So it may take a little bit before they are able to become official members. As I hope all of you know by now, the SME brochure has been published. So it's available in the NetworldEurope website, as well as the SNSJU website. And the success stories and other updates are also available in Find Your SME as every year. So you can also check there that everything is accurate, and let us know if there is some missing information or something is not correct. Dorina has been doing an excellent work promoting the brochure across the whole SNS community. Plus, she has written some articles, some press releases in some new websites. And I've seen some of the members have also picked up on the brochure, and they have shared it in their website, they have shared it in their social media. And we really appreciate that, because the objective with this is, of course, to reach a wider audience, and the more it circulates, the more we do in that regard. And as usual, I would like to hear about your feedback. How do you see the final result, the brochure? How did you find the process, and so on, so that we can implement these lessons and always improve during the next year? On our side, I would say that the main lesson learned is that we will be stricter with the deadlines, because this year we really started the process earlier to avoid having to extend deadlines, but still it was the case that many of the contributors asked for last minute extension of the limits. And it's really hard to do so, because at one point there are several people working at the same time, and if we receive changes in the input, then it has to go through all those people, and it's sometimes, you know, data can get missed in this communication, or yeah, it takes us longer to speak with a graphic designer, and so on and so forth. But that said, I am very, very happy with how the brochure looks, and I hope you are happy as well. And it's one of our milestones. And now, of course, the plan is to try to also promote it during meetings with the steering board and in some other fora. So because I don't want to take right now a lot of time, if you have some comments or some observations, I am happy just if you can write them in the chat, and we can go through them at the end of the meeting if we still have some spare time. Of course, if it's also possible to send us your feedback via email and everything. There is no need to stick to one method, and we are open for you to just don't be afraid to be critical as well.
I have put in the chat, Jessica, the links to the two let's say, platforms where we published a sort of mini press release, which are the EU agenda and my news desk. So if you want to check.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can check those, and we will also include them in the presentation before we share it with all of you, so you are aware of all the places where this has been published. Then the SME Working Group questionnaire was closed at the end of January. I had already showed you kind of short preview of the preliminary results, but after 4 months, I saw that the number of answers unfortunately was not increasing. So yeah, we just closed it. Again, I have to say that I am a little bit disappointed with the number of responses, because having over 200 members and only 22 responses means that our results are are not really representative. The sample is just too small, and therefore any extrapolation we might do of these results always needs to be read very carefully. But in spite of our attempts to try to boost the numbers, it was not possible. It's just I just want to repeat this message that it's like a really simple exercise, but it's very helpful and it can feed a lot of our activities. So when we launch later on this year the new one, I hope that you are encouraged to participate. So as said, you can see here like the number of SMEs that replied, the geographical distribution of those responses, as well as the number of employees. So of course, most respondents were between 10 and 15 employees, and we had several countries, but as you can see, it's not even very geographically representative. As per the results, you can see the number of SMEs that apply for SNS EU calls. So we almost all of the SMEs that responded did apply, and like a lot of them really got funding. So you can see that at 23% and 20 got funding to all the calls they applied, so the 3 years. Then 23% got funding to one call, and yeah, I think I'm reading it right, and 30% got funded one call. And you can see the number of projects awarded per SME. So of course, most SMEs got awarded one project, so 5 of them. But you can also see that there are a lot of SMEs so that were awarded more than one project. So actually 3 got awarded 2, 3, and 4 projects, which is also quite interesting. You can see here like breakdown of the projects in which these SMEs are involved. Since we don't have a very representative sample, this needs to be read carefully. As you can see, there are a lot of projects missing, but it's also true that there are a lot of working group members that did not respond. So I'm sure that there are more SME present in those projects. But for instance, we have like a lot of people in Ether, in Origami, in 6G Sandbox, in Network, and so on. And below you can just see the same, basically the same information in a different way. I'm not sure before we move forward if somebody has any comment or question here. Okay, seems not. Anyway, of course, this will be shared so you can read it with more time. I'm not going to go into the detail of this, but here you can see the key challenges. And those, I try to kind of group them into categories. And I am sure you really just see reflected what we discuss often in the working group, which is like gaining entry into consortia, so finding partners, and not only finding them, but then getting to join the consortium and so on. There were a lot of comments regarding the proposal contribution. And I think this is interesting, and this is something that we will need to tackle, and maybe something where our speakers in the round table can also give us some hints. Of course, we have the financial and resource constraints that are inherent to SMEs, and also the financing model of the calls. And there are also some challenges related to project implementation, which mainly relate to the management and reporting, also the effective communication that sometimes is not ideal, and all the administrative burden, let's say that it's quite time consuming. Luckily, you also mentioned a lot of benefits of participating. And again, I'm sure you are aware of those, and you can read them in detail later on. But of course, the possibility to work in cutting-edge research with with key players in the area, the ability to get funding and resources, and minimizing to a certain extent the risk of investing in very innovative technologies and solutions, building your experience and expertise, the opportunities that emerge through collaboration and networking, and also the expansion of or the improvement of your portfolio, the visibility in the market, the access to new markets, and overall just the advantages of being part of the ecosystem. Here you see the assessment. So these dimensions, as you already know, come from the last position paper of the working group that highlighted these 5 elements. And you can see that there are some division of opinions. Overall, everything is kind of neutral, satisfactory. So I would say they are not doing a bad job, but it's true that, for example, the openness of SNSJU to SMEs is something that remains to be improved. Or the degree of alignment between what you do in your organization and the topics of the calls, especially in the last call, the topics were highly specific. So I guess this has also become a bigger problem than maybe in previous calls. Then these are some data regarding the SNS Cascade funding. So a lot of the respondents, 57%, applied to some of these project open calls, and almost 30% got awarded funding, which is very good because usually the success rate is much lower. And you can see to which projects the SMEs applied and which projects were awarded. So I could say that by far TrialsNet was the one that got more interest from the working group, with 7 SMEs applying to open calls to Cascade funding, as well as Vidal, with 5 applications. And as well, I guess it's just a matter of numbers. TrialsNet is where most projects got awarded, with 3. Here, there are some main benefits and main challenges. Some of them follow the same line than what we just discussed. But there are some new ones that you can also check, and they are a little bit more specific. It's for example, just to highlight one, it's that in general the proposal process is considered a bit easier, and of course the cycle for the feedback is much quicker than if we compare it with the SNSJU calls. Then we ask you about your involvement in other EU research and innovation areas beyond SNS. Because as you know, sometimes we bring some speakers from, for instance, at EU Cloud Edge IoT. And of course, a large majority of you are not only in SNS, you have activities that diversify in other areas. And you can see that there were both some people responded with topics and some people responded with specific programs and initiatives. So you can have a look at this. And I have to say that this was quite interesting. And if there is some specific initiative that maybe you would like to explore, we could always try to reach out to them to join the meeting. And finally, just some pointers to boost the impact of the working group. So before I close this part on the questionnaire, may I ask if there are some questions? Okay. As I said, this will be shared not only in the slides, but also as a short report. So please go through it and when you have a moment. And if you have questions or observations or so on, don't hesitate to share it with us. And it can be always interesting to read about it and see how we can approach or address certain topics or challenges that we have identified. Now, the SME Working Group position paper. So as you know, we have a task force that is working on that. So I just decided to share with you how the table of contents looks as of now. In this case, I myself, I am the bottleneck here because I didn't have a lot of time to resume the work with the position paper, but all of members in the task force, they are really already kind of developing the topics. And if you are interested, you can always check this in the BCWS and in the platform we use. It's open to everybody, and if you want to add your, your point, do not hesitate to do it. I think the authors could be happy as well, and hopefully I can get back to you this week regarding this. I don't know if we have somebody from the task force in the call that would like to say a few words. Maybe today it's not the case. So, okay, a lot
I
of
think
silence.
it's very early, Jessica, I think.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
But as said, this is, it's not a secretive process. It's open to all of you. And I would be very, it would be interesting if you just take a look. As Nicola just pointed, it's very early in the process. And the objective is to have it by May. So we have time. So hopefully in the next meeting, we will be able also to present a little bit more around this. So for now, I will just stop sharing, and I will pass the floor to Andreas, who will speak to us and show us what's the work that it's being done in the COREnext project.
Thank you very much, Jessica and the Australo team for this kind invitation. So let me share my screen in order to start.
Let me know if you can share your screen. If not, I will make you host or co-host.
I think I can share.
I made you co-host, so you should. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So yes, I suppose you can see now in full screen.
Sorry, but there is another speaker also in the line, so it's a bit
No,
confusing.
it's it's a colleague here in the office because we share the office, so he has a parallel call, to be honest. With respect to this presentation, first of all, thank you very much for this introduction. We will go through the slides on the project overview and the impact to SME. With respect to the project COREnext, in which Wings ICT Solutions as an SME participates. So a few words about the COREnext project. Actually, COREnext project is a project related to microelectronics. It is in third year of implementation, so it is the final year and finishes at the end of this year. with a budget of almost 13 million and covers a lot of the ecosystem from big chipset manufacturers in Europe, for example, NXP, IHP, Infineon, etc., but also SMEs, as we have also Seconds Communications and other people who are involved heavily in this project. So how this project tries to achieve this is by offering efficient and scalable accelerators in order to answer the need for drastically enhancing European capabilities and foundation regarding hardware computing and signal processing for the beyond 5G and 6G infrastructures. As a result, the project itself develops a trustworthy by design platform and thus answering the need for the European capabilities of the beyond 5G and 6G computing aspects. So this is, let's say, a high-level description of the project. Of course, also there is a white paper that you can see the link in the slide on the right-hand side, in which it is you feel free to also visit us there. Before moving forward, also a few things about Wings ICT Solutions, which is an SME based in Greece, in Athens, since 2012. We have more than 150 people who are working on products and projects. Okay, and of course, also international presence through our clients in more than 10 countries internationally. The market segments that we have is, as you see here, the environment, like air quality monitoring, wildfire detection, and the remote management. We have also the utilities and infrastructure domain, and also the services and agriculture and manufacturing domain. So we provide solutions for these domains as well. Now going back to the topic of today, which is the COREnext and the SME impact through this project. As an overview, you can see here how the project itself has the structure. We have work package 2 on use case requirements, work package 3 on architecture. So these two work packages were the main foundation for the work that followed. Then we have a work package on digital components and a work package on analog components. And on top of this, we have the lab validation as, let's say, the different points of validating the analog and digital components that were developed in the previous work packages. And of course, in line with the use case and architecture. And then we have, of course, the work packages on the innovation roadmap, as well as the exploitation, outreach, etc., which as also, by the way, work package 8 is led by Australia in our project. About also the work package aspects of overview, I will mainly focus on work package 2, which was, let's say, the cornerstone work package, which set also the foundation for the work afterwards, and it was led by Wings, by us. So in this work package, we had the chance to elaborate on the definition of different use cases and requirements and introduce the trustworthiness aspects for enabling the delivery of end-to-end trusted services. By the way, the sub-objectives of these work packets were related to the definition of meaningful use cases for driving the validation in the work packet 6, as you see in the slide in the bottom, let's say, of the figure, which we have the component lab validation. Also to define the requirements which the project for the project technical components in the technical work packages, as we said, related to digital and analog components. And finally, the objective number 3 on the introduction of trustworthiness aspects for enabling the delivery of end-to-end trusted services. About the achievements, which you can also check through our website in this work package specifically. Of course, other achievements are more elaborate on the technical solution through other deliverables. We have the deliverable 2.1 on use cases and requirements, which was delivered in month 6, and also the definition impact of trustworthiness, which also delivered at the end of the first year. So through these 2 deliverables, as well as one final deliverable in which we had, let's say, the final use cases and requirements based on the input, on the technical input, we had the chance to provide the use cases and requirements, the comprehensive overview of the COREnext scope and description of the use cases selected to show the goals of the project. Also, we had the chance to identify 3 main use case families, which was the extended reality use case, the automotive infrastructure use case, as well as the smart city use case. So all of our validations and demonstrations are taking place in 3, let's say, main families that have been defined by the project. Also, we had the chance to provide this comprehensive overview of these use cases, and let's say having this, taking this into as a, let's say, starting point for the digital and analog components that were developed later on. Then we also, since this is a project which is related to the trustworthiness aspects of microelectronics, we had the chance in the second deliverable to further elaborate on the definition and description of the impact of this trustworthiness in accordance with the various use cases proposed in the first deliverable. So let's say in this deliverable, which is also accessible through our website, we have the chance to define the project notion of trustworthiness by using the concept, let's say, of a trusted computing base and reducing the attack surface. And finally, also, we had the chance to elaborate on the description of different attacker models regarding the trustworthiness for the use cases that was selected. And as you see on the table on the bottom corner of the slide, we have the chance to provide how, let's say, each use case family contributes specifically with respect to the different components in COREnext. So we see, for example, that on the COREnext trusted based base station platform, which is provided by partners like we have also our coordinator from Barkhausen Institute. This is something that is relevant to all the 3 families that we have identified in the project. We have also the terminal platform, again, more relevant to the smart cities according to our, let's say, scope and interests. This does not mean that the terminal is totally relevant from automotive or XR. But are according to our interest and scope. Also, the trusted modem is through third-party terminal devices. This means, let's say, devices manufactured by third parties, other vendors, etc., and how we can provide trustworthiness to these aspects, and also efficient interconnection, as well as efficient signal processing and acceleration provided by other partners as well. About the main achievements, which are also accessible through our website during this period, and focusing on work package 2 again. This is not all the achievements of the project, so we don't have the time, I mean, to provide information about everything here, but about the work package 2 that was led by Wings, by us. We had the different use cases and requirements, as well as dedicated newsletter on stressing the crucial role of trustworthiness and how, let's say, COREnext contributes to this. So these aspects, you are free also, you are welcome to see through our website. Then another solution that again was proposed by Wings specifically, and that's why I focus here through, let's say, also the SME dimension, let's say, that we had in COREnext, is the development of a trust manager. So through this, we have the chance to, let's say, take various, as an assumption and as a testing, take various devices such as drones, collaborative robots, terminals, UEs, etc., that communicate through a trust manager in order to ensure the efficient and secure operations. How we do this basically is via also machine learning techniques and clustering, that we are able to analyze data and provide, let's say, a score to certain devices or IoT sensors, etc., which are third party, are not, let's say, from a partner here in the project, for example, and we can give them, let's say, through a fitness function that we define and we test. We can give them certain scores according to certain parameters in order to be able to define the certain characteristics, and also provide, let's say, this trust evaluation, because in general, trustworthiness, as we have seen also, is one of, and also in SNS, not only in COREnext, is one of KVI, so it's a key value indicator mainly, and not a KPI itself. We're not talking about throughput, latency, energy, specific parameters, etc. So in order to evaluate these KPIs, you need basically to map them to specific KPIs depending on certain assumptions, in order to be able to have this quantitative also approach. So with respect to trustworthiness, let's say, this trust manager is one of the ways to be able to further, let's say, provide an overview of trustworthiness also by in different, let's say, environments, and by using different devices which are coming from third parties and are not controllable, let's say, controlled by the project or SNS, etc. So about the benefits for the project and the SMEs, since we are also here about, let's say, showing the SME dimension of this project. is that we can have, let's say, various interfaces between different functional entities and partners. We can have also the checking through this solution of, I mean, for the trust manager that I mentioned earlier, of the monitoring and analysis with respect to different KPIs, depending on what we want to achieve. Also input data protection through, let's say, which can withstand, let's say, potential poisoning, also adversarial attacks, or different ways of manipulating data, etc. To be able to support the explainability, accountability, and data protection, also various decisions on the validity of data or bias or other quality factors, and also to be able to provide through these various diagnostics for 6C. And the main, let's say, again, as I said, the main goal of this trust manager and the benefit, let's say, for the SME for us was the rating, let's say, of different components according to certain assumptions, and the decision making and actions. When I say decision making, I mean if this device is deemed, let's say, is deemed as trustworthy as possible. So then, let's say, if we assume, let's say, that we can connect to these devices, we have, let's say, better insight, better, let's say, approach. We have the chance to identify better that where I connect, I trust the source or the destination, and then I can obtain, let's say, the information that is available through this. So it is something, let's say, towards providing an extra level, let's say, of checking towards trustworthiness. I'm not saying that it is the only, of course, way. I mean, also other solutions are available depending on the partner and the approach that they follow, but through this fitness function and the rating of devices and components, we thought that this is one of the ways. And by closing this presentation through this 15-20 minute slot, with some conclusions that we have seen so far, is that of course we understand that in all these use case families and more, also beyond the project, we have complex environments, heterogeneous devices, and various vendors and chip makers that are available also in this project in COREnext, but in general in Europe, in SNS, etc. So we need somehow to be able also to assess the trustworthiness level of these components and devices for various use cases and domains that we have. And through, let's say, also the participation in this project, we had the chance to be able to strengthen also the SME ecosystem. I mean, also the SMEs that are participating in this project. But also in general, this is a general statement for SNS as well, in order to be able to create solutions towards the evaluation of trustworthiness. And also we have the chance to collaborate with key stakeholders, as I said, for example, the operators, vendors, chip manufacturer, academia, and research, which are all part of this project and the ecosystem, in order to be able, let's say, to define meaningful also validations and tests. So these are, let's say, the main aspects that we would like to show today. Of course, as I said, this is not what all the project does. So feel free to also for specific components, lab validators, etc., to also check our website because a lot of partners contribute and a lot of work is done in, especially in this third year, which is the final year, and also there will be some demonstrations as we are discussing in the project in the context of EU CNC of this year in Poznan, in Poland. So we will have the chance there also to show some useful demonstrations and validations of what the project in general has done through all these years, as we are now in the final one. And you are welcome also to visit us there in the booth. So thank you very much for your attention. I don't know if there is any questions from your side.
Thank you very much, Andreas. It was very interesting. So yeah, I encourage the audience to ask any question or just if you wish to make some comments. Okay, if you are staying with us the rest of the meeting, Andreas, I guess people can still write you in the chat to ask
Thank you very
anything,
much.
and keep us posted about your booth. So we will make sure that if people want to pass and visit you and see some of the demos there, they are able to quickly find you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And as a matter of fact, we have also here Maria from Australo, who also leads, let's say, the work package on dissemination, outreach, etc. So we are happy to interact for further information. So thank you very much also.
Great. Thanks a lot. So now I will pass the floor, or we will kind of kick off our roundtable. So I will first pass the floor to Professor Harris, if you are here.
Yes, I'm here. In a moment.
So as you remember, while Professor Skianis is sharing the screen, as you remember, this is an exercise to try to share some knowledge and experiences of our peers in the whole landscape of Horizon Europe and the research and innovation projects. And how different SMEs from different domains with different levels of expertise and also different years of establishment, so longer experience, shorter experience, address the different challenges and how they also see the whole process. So I really encourage you to pay attention and try to take advantage of these presentations to ask your questions, and so we can make the most of it.
Okay, can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to do what you just mentioned in trying also at the same time to present the company and its activities. So I guess the information will be in there, and I will be happy also to discuss further in detail the several aspects. So thank you once more for the invitation and this opportunity to interact with the audience under your initiative and this project that it was presented before. It is a great opportunity, and we always keen to be part of this whenever it is needed. So I will be presenting 8Bells, a leading high-tech enterprise operating in Cyprus and Greece. We specialize in techno-economic studies and modeling in key ICT areas, offering clear insights into economic frameworks and of emerging technologies and markets. Our mission is to provide custom design solutions tailored to meet the demands of emerging technologies. We value on quality, corporate social responsibility, human rights, environmental protection, and equal opportunity employment. Our revenue is over 2.2 million, and the number of employees currently is around 25. We maintain ISO in of 9001 and 14001. We hold the facility clearance, and the European Innovation and Management Academy has recognized our performance at the 69% in the field of innovation and 67% in the field of digital innovation. Our expertise and spans among diverse fields, including security and defense systems, AI, ML, and cognitive functions, next generation telecommunication systems and technologies, cybersecurity and data privacy, cloud computing and networking, Internet of Things and Industry 4, as well as hardware design and engineering, amongst several other aspects. In terms of some recent distinct products, that they are developed also within our participation in different funding opportunities within Horizon Europe and other cases. We have the deepfake video detector, which safeguards the digital integrity by identifying AI manipulated media. A secure communication platform that we name XBello, a secure, powerful, and easy to use closed group communication platform to collect and share information in untrusted environments. Route planning software for UAVs and drones. Hippalus is a software that has a wide range of applications, from aerial photography to intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, and more, as well as a multitude of AI enhanced applications in order to increase competitiveness, lower the cost, and expand the scope and scalability. In terms of supporting infrastructure, in order to be able to maintain and develop and research our fields, we hold 2 private 5G testbeds that provides both from core to run technologies for indoor and outdoor experimentation demonstration. We have an extended data center with state-of-the-art high-performance computing and private cloud infrastructure. In addition, we have additive manufacturing support in terms of 3D scanning and printing, as well as a full electronics lab. In particular, also, we have custom design solutions for thermal vision. We have gimbal-mounted thermal camera with laser rangefinder for use on UAV drones, as well as similar camera for use on ground vehicles and maritime vessels. One specific aspect is the low delay interconnection with fire control systems. In terms of memberships, 8Bells is a proud member of key industry organizations, 6GIA, the voice of European industry and research for the next generation networks and services, ECSO that represents the contractual counterpart to the EC for the implementation of the cybersecurity contractual PPP, H-Force, which is a cluster in Greece of innovative enterprises active in diverse areas of photonic technologies. The Athens Chamber of Commerce, the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as the Hellenic French Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And lastly, the SECPI, which is the Association of Hellenic Manufacturers of the Greek defense industry, since a lot of our products are their way in the defense sector. Our expert, the co-founders is Dr. Yanoulakis and Dr. Kafadzakis. The CTO is Antonios Kalakatsevakis, which is an ex-Lieutenant General of the Hellenic Army, and myself, I am acting as a senior project manager. I'm also a professor at the University of the Aegean, so we try to bring a bit of academia also in the SME. Why us? We hold extensive project experience in Horizon Europe, SNS, EDF, and the national projects in Greece and Cyprus, as well as several open call granted to our company. The diverse sector engagement, including defense, AI, cybersecurity, and telecommunications. And we exhibit innovative technological solutions in communication technologies, AI, and cybersecurity. Our approach is partnerships and networking with major players. Some of them are Airbus, Nokia, Ericsson, Thales, Safran, Leonardo, and many more. Sorry for missing some in these few lines. And we hold a lot of experience in working with multinational teams. We have proven impact and results due to our successful outcomes and tailored solutions. And our future vision is always the commitment and understanding of the collaborative opportunities. Now, 8Bells has successfully participated in over 50 research and innovation projects under various sectors. Here is a depiction in under ESA, 6G SNS, European Defence Fund, Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe, Cyprus initiatives, funding initiatives, as well as initiatives under Greek authorities and innovation and research and innovation in Cyprus. In the scope of 6G SNS, the projects that you see there, Nancy, Course, FCG, Mare, Nexasphere, and 6G Versus are the ones that we are currently running, the ones that are in operation. I just omitted what we have already finished successfully. So we are quite busy, I would say. And in order to conclude, I will say that we are committed to advancing AI, cybersecurity, and 6G communications, shaping the future of secure and intelligent systems for the benefit of the society and the planet. We seek new partnerships, research collaboration, and investment opportunities in order to expand our technological footprint. And you can reach us either at our info email, visit our website, or even reach me in my email contact over there. So thank you for the invitation, for this opportunity to present. I'm open to questions and probably to the discussion that will follow.
Thank you very much, Harry. Are there some questions as of the moment? Otherwise, we can keep them for the discussion later on. Okay, it seems that they are coming for a discussion, but I might just ask you like really high level, but I guess it's kind of hot topic. Have you been eyeing already the rearm plan of the European Commission since you are working in defense?
Yes, I would have to say that in the projects that, sorry, I'll try to go back to the, yeah, we are already there in all these EDF projects. A lot of them are actually working on the future, aspects of the arms, like the modern enhanced systems of deploying commandos, troops, the next generation arms of different bodies, modern systems of training the soldiers, how you can incorporate technologies of communication, or technologies of the thermal cameras or other aspects in the armory of the future. So all these years we have been building this, and I believe that now what is discussed is a bulk of additional opportunities, funding opportunities, and probably closer to the market aspects, not leaving it to the research and trying to press all that. There are, I would say, some technologies that are more mature to be employed. Some others, they will need some time. I think the most pressing is how you incorporate technologies such the drones, AI, how you protect cybersecurity, how you protect your communication against jamming along those lines. So I guess there is a lot of hype and a lot of opportunities, and as you mentioned, there is a lot of funding coming, and it seems that there is going to be a shift in the budget from some instrument like Horizon Europe and all that to this sort of effort, because the budget is limited in anyway, yes. So I guess this is the way to go. And for us, it's a filter. We have, as I mentioned, our CTO is an ex-military general, and we have also other colleagues that they are consultants on that, and we have also the added advantage of having tailored approaches in this technology, because we know the operational field. Yeah.
Thank you. No, I just found it very interesting.
I will also just to add that we also have the very big in Greece also, and I guess in other countries in Europe, we have the challenge of the climate change, and we have been hit by many catastrophes in the past. So civil protection in Greece and in Cyprus, it goes down to the municipalities, and they have to do their plans. So we are supporting them on this. So this is another angle more close to the people that we are also trying to work on, and to come together with the people that because in this in the municipalities we don't have the experts as such, so we come in there and we are there to advise them and provide some solutions that they are suitable for their needs.
Yes. Everything is, I found it very interesting, and since nowadays, of course, the past weeks, the ReArm initiative is coping all the headlines. And you are already quite well positioned in working in this area. Yeah, I just took the chance to ask, how are your feelings about it? And
Excellent.
thank you. So now I will invite Haya from 4.Infinity to share her presentation.
Hi all. Hi Jessica. Okay, just let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, hello everyone, and thank you for this invitation. I'm very happy to be with you, joining my first call with you here. And my name is Haya Al Kassir. I'm a PhD candidate under Marie Curie program, and also I work as a machine learning engineer, as a project management, also in 4.Infinity. Today, I will be presenting on behalf of 4.Infinity company. So, in this presentation, I will briefly discuss about our company. I will walk you through our journey as a team and the associations, our key projects, either completed or ongoing 6G related projects, and also what we can bring to the future as this company. For .Infinity, we are a Greek-based SME with over 20 years of experience. In this company, we're delivering cutting-edge solution in 6G networks. Today, we will share this journey, our expertise, and how we're positioned to drive innovations and value within this European research and innovative landscape, especially as part of the 6G IA initiative. Okay, so in general, this is a high-level description of our team. Our team is composed of highly qualified experts from various fields, ranging from telecommunications, also in data science, to engineering and business administration. So this multidisciplinary expertise enables us to tackle complex challenges and also innovative at every level of our different projects. So, being a proud member of associations like GIA, ADRA, and NetworldEurope reinforces our commitment to excellence and innovations. So this membership keeps us always connected with industry trends and also provide us with platforms for collaboration and knowledge sharing and enhancing our competitive edge. So here you can see our extensive experience in managing EU-funded projects is a testament to our capability and reliability. So over the years, we have successfully delivered several projects, which have honed our skills in proposal writing, consortium building, and project execution. So this project have validated our technical prowess and paved the way for a future innovation. Let me just briefly discuss about some of the 6G related projects we are involved in, starting with the 6G Cloud project, which is still ongoing. A 6G Cloud project here is a key initiative where it's about redefining the network management through cloud-native solution by integrating AI and machine learning, leveraging microservices, and also distributed cloud architectures. So here we're in this project mainly developing a self-sustaining 6G ecosystems that will cater to dynamic industrial needs, such as smart cities application. In this project, as a 4.Infinity, we're mainly responsible for the AI and machine learning architecture. We're working on developing tools like Kubeflow, and the main target is mainly in general is about the ORAN compliant solutions and AI MLOps. Okay, going on to React 6G, which is one of the completed projects that we were involving in. This project that exemplifies our innovative approach. In this initiative, we developed energy efficient X apps that optimize RAN performance through deep reinforcement learning. Additionally, the project introduced a conflict manager to ensure a smooth and reliable operation between various network functions. So that what we have done especially is developing X apps, which they are data rate maximization X app and also energy efficiency X app. Let me discuss about our recent project, 6G Leader project. In 6G Leader project, it's one of the new projects that we have launched recently. We're pushing here in this project the boundaries of the physical layer and RAN innovations. In general, this initiative will focus on harnessing the machine learning to enable fully autonomous network operation, along with exploring like new methods and schemes such as non-orthogonal access schemes and advanced interference cancellation techniques. So in this project also we'll work in developing X apps and D apps. Okay, regarding the Unity 6G project, this project represents the forward-thinking approach, which is also like a recent project. This is the project to like a forward-thinking approach to network design. So the goal here is to develop a scalable AI native architecture that to integrate and combine emerging technologies such as digital twins and distributed ledger systems. This project aims to support diverse and time-sensitive use cases to paving the way for like next generation communication communication networks. Regarding MARI project, as security is paramount in the evolution of 6G networks, this project, MARI project, address this head-on. So we're in this project at OTS Consortium, we're developing an innovative security framework that offers open programmable functions to be able to automatic threat detection and resolution. So this proactive approach will ensure that like our networks will remain secure even under the most challenging conditions. So this project can target like 6G related cybersecurity, and also again in this project we'll be working on developing XApps. So in general, at 4.Infinity, we're not just like technology providers, we're also strategic partners. We bring exceptional skills in proposal writing and the project setup, ensuring that every initiative is built on a strong foundation. Our expertise here in the consortium building and technical execution means that we can identify key partners and also deliver high quality innovative solutions that align with our goals. In general, our service portfolio covers like a wide range of spectrum, from like advanced machine learning models, development to full-scale prototyping and integration. So whether it's leveraging deep learning, reinforcement learning, or federated learning, our technical expertise will ensure that every project is executed with precision and innovation. We work closely always with our partners to translate the research insights into practical and market-ready solution. So as we look to the future, data spaces and digital twin technology are set to revitalize how we manage and utilize data. By integrating this innovation, we can create more responsive, resilient, and also like efficient systems. So we invite all to join us in this transformative journey as we redefine what is possible in the tech industry. Okay, in the conclusion, I want to thank you all for the time and for this opportunity to share with you this presentation. And for .Infinity, we're always like excited about the possibilities ahead. We look forward any collaboration. And please feel free to reach out via the email or visit the website or our website for more information. And that's it from my side. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much, Haya, for the nice presentation. It's interesting also to know what you get to do. We've seen a lot of commonalities in both through the Queen's ICT presentation in COREnext, also in 8 Bells, and now for .Infinity, which I think it's a very good sign that there are a lot of possibilities for cooperation. So now if somebody has an initial question for Haya, please go ahead. Okay, so I see today it's one of those days where nobody will ask questions. So now we kind of move on towards the roundtable. So I will be the one kind of launching a first question, both for Haya and for Harry. And as you know, we often talk, and we saw it before in the questionnaire, that one of the main challenges for SMEs is related to the networking part, and how to meet players in the ecosystem, how to kind of find key players that might be core for the creation of a consortium, how to get invitations, and so on. We've seen through both of your presentations that you hold memberships in associations like the 6GIA, but some other more at regional and national level, like the chambers of commerce. So my question is, how do you see this networking? How do you approach it in your organizations? Do these memberships help you to get into European projects?
Okay, hi again. Just let me discuss about the networking strategy, because it's very important. The networking strategy is it's very important to divide it like into two folds. First of all, we have to use like digital platforms and tools in order to maintain like a constant presence and to share our achievements also, while also valuing the face-to-face interactions, attending industry events, conferences, congress, as like MWC Congress, which was like lately. And also this will help to build like deep and personal relationships. This balanced approach will keep us connected and also create opportunities like for this meaningful collaboration.
Mm-hmm. And in your case, for example, you have a lot of people coming from academic paths. So I guess you are attending also, or maybe presenting some research papers and so on. Do you think this is a good way to gain visibility?
Yes, absolutely. We have like a lot of colleagues that have academic background, and to publish papers in very like highly ranking journals and conferences, and interacting with people there. This will help to in order to advertise for the project we're involving in, and for also the SME benefits. So this is absolutely beneficial.
Thank you. So might we hear now what's the 8 Bells perspective, Harry?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I will start from the last and progress probably. Since I also act as a professor at the university, we take a lot of these initiatives to our undergraduate and postgraduate programs, as well as certificates that we do in continuous learning platforms that we have, in order to prepare our students of different levels of maturity to enter the market easier. In some cases also, since we have instruments like practice, internships and all that, we involve students in some aspects of our work, even in the company, where we give them also the opportunity to work in the development sphere, in setting the state of the art, and probably publishing with us and all these aspects. Now, with respect to the how we interconnect, since we both are in Cyprus and Greece, we have access to both ecosystems. With they have different but complementary demands. We are very close to the, I would say, because of our involvement with the Athens and the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce, we go very close to the market. A lot of the players there are not accustomed to the very new technologies, so you have to show them what solutions they can use, and you have probably, if they adopt it, you have to take them and support them along the line. So I guess we combine our work involvement in projects with low TRL to the ones with high TRLs, RIA, EA, also to streams that they have a lot of pilots in order to see how they will perform under different ecosystems. We take all this experience and then we try to move it through the chambers and the SECP, as I mentioned, the defense industry. We try to take it closer to the people and the concerned entities like the public civil protection authorities and so on and so forth. So this is our circle: motivation, innovation, product, advancement of the society with this, and then going back to the motivation. This is the circle we more or less keep for ourselves.
Do you notice a difference on the way you kind of manage your more national projects with respect to the European ones? Also, I guess there is, as you mentioned, a difference in the TRLs.
Yes. I would say there is basically the main difference is administrative. Sometimes the national are not so mature in the administration of the projects. As you know, Horizon Europe SME, they have mature, and now they are trying to provide even simpler models of implementation, which is great, especially when you have to tackle large teams. But international, the teams are smaller, but still the administration is the hardest part, I would say, than the actual work. I would like also to mention something that I have identified, that through the way that we participate in projects and we are very close to the low TRLs, which means research intensive, we also advance our employees' expertise through that. We are not, let's say, a legacy company that keeps whatever they have been doing for the last 20 years. We evolve all the time, and the employees as well. So we keep them at the edge of the technology, which is great to have them being there.
Mm-hmm. Would you like somebody else to share their point of view or some insight from your organization? Nobody did the homework today. So I also would like to ask you, now you were actually mentioning a little bit this, Harry, with the advancement of the employers and the employees, and how low TRLs also keep you in the most innovative part of the industry. And I would like to ask you both, Haya and Harry, if you have been able to translate what you do in European projects to your portfolio, if you actually see some very real impact in the way you provide services and solutions to your clients.
Okay, if I may start, also employers, you are not wrong on that. Also employers, me as a professor, I also learn all the time, and I keep my mind alive and busy. So yes, obviously we target a lot all these sectors. This is why we participate in the commercial chambers and the associations of the industry. We look always for these opportunities. Of course, the market in Greece and Cyprus is not as big as, like, say, a big country with a lot of industry and all that, but we value a lot on that, and we try to persist on providing some solutions. the more the funding comes from the local governments and all that, the more we are in there in order to provide our solution. We also do, we are also very much involved in the, what you might say, innovation management, market analysis and all that, because a lot of companies, they would like to know that before they go and invest heavily. So out of our experience in the technologies, we can provide them also this other service. So this is another angle we found in order to exploit our experiences besides the technologies and the products themselves.
Thank you.
Yes, from my side, absolutely, Jessica. Our involvement in this project also has allowed us to develop like new assets for the company, from enhanced AI and machine learning algorithms to the cloud native solutions. So all of these like outcomes have been integrated into our portfolio. So these enable us to offer more comprehensive solutions and maintain also like a competitive edge in this technology landscape. So yeah, absolutely.
Great. That's actually, I think it's something really important that especially when we are talking about low TRL projects, that the knowledge that it's developed doesn't stay in a shelf, but that it keeps progressing and be transformed to something valuable for the beneficiaries of these projects, and of course for everybody, since we are speaking about public funding. So maybe just to finalize, I would like to ask you, both of you, that for those SMEs that might be looking to engage in European projects for the first time, or that maybe they were not so lucky in their first attempts, what are, from your point of view, some like 2 or 3 key points that would help them be successful?
Okay, if I might start like from my very little small experience, my advice would be to establish a strong and trust-based relationships with the industry, to also always like engage actively with networks and associations, and to be like persistent. And it's very important to deeply understand the call's objectives and tailor our like proposal accordingly according to it. And maybe also like finally to learn from initial setbacks, from each experience, and build like some valuable insights that will be eventually will lead to more successful collaboration.
Thank you, Haya. That sounds
Thank you.
very, very wise, actually. And Harry, how do you see?
Okay, if I may add to what Haya mentioned, I would say be relevant and innovative, and try to communicate that and persist, because not everybody is ready to listen to your ideas. So you have to to be persistent and believe on those. Be collaborative. It's more important to be collaborative than anything else. Especially when it comes to formulating a consortium and one successful running a project. It's very important to have the entities that they could be working together for 3 years, and they will be assisting each other even if there is a hiccup and so on and so forth. And this will project to the market. Of course, the project a lot of times is an opportunity to meet the larger players and probably get to work with them in a product or another opportunity. So this is also something one can have in mind.
Thank you very much. Also very, very interesting. I think both of you like really hit the nail on the head, because it's not only it's not enough to be the most innovative there, but people also need to know it. You need to be able to communicate it. And as Harry was mentioning, it's competitive out there. And I think that being able to offer something new, but also to be able to sell it to the others, and also not get discouraged just because maybe your proposals got rejected 4 or 5 times. It's always important for the success, because even though maybe the project is not awarded, you still meet some players, you still start working with them, you are capable of establishing a relationship. So also, as Haya was mentioning, this like even in the not so successful moments, you still have plenty of lessons to learn and improve, and you still have some benefits to reap and leverage. So thank you very much for the both of you. I will just for the last time ask if somebody has some final questions. Otherwise, both Haya and Harry, they are members of the working group. They have shared with us their contacts, also that they are seeking new partnerships. So yeah, just use these opportunities to also like learn from each other. And I am just going to share the last part of our meeting. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes.
Oh, thanks. Yes, so we just a quick overview of the events and publications, but I will only focus in what's the most relevant for us. So of course we have EUCNC, and as I communicated, I think a couple of weeks ago, a proposal for a convened session was submitted. It was a joint proposal by 6GIA and the SME Working Group. And on the right, you can see more or less what, well, you can, not more or less, you can see what we initially proposed. But of course, if it gets approved, we will refine it, and there is still room for change. So the idea was to have 3 parts: an overview of the SME participation in SNJU and the cascade funding, presentation of SME success stories linked to different projects and contributions. So this is also for you to bear in mind, because some time ago, and also in the questionnaire, I asked about potential volunteers to be presenting during EUCNC if we have the chance. So you can still think about it and just drop me an email if you are interested. And at the end, we will have a panel discussion focusing on the various challenges and benefits faced by SMEs. So a bit as we did today, but hopefully with more participation. We have planned at least 2 keynotes, one from Rui Aguiar, the NetworldEurope chair, one from Colin Wilcock, the 6GIA chair. And the panel discussion will be moderated by our vice chair, Nicola, who is with us today. And we also already got the confirmation of Mikael Fahlgren from Ericsson and the current SNS board, SNS steering board chair, who will be kind of representing various hats. One, it's Ericsson as a big industry player, the other one, the SB chair, and he is also from, of course, Sweden, which, as you know, we discussed already several times that we have less participation from Scandinavian SMEs. So we might be able to also tackle that. And of course, we would like to have the position paper ready by May, so that we also use this session to sort of present it to a wider audience and also draw from the topics addressed in the position paper in the discussion. So just to let you know, then, as we did the past years, we will print some brochures. If you would like to have a printed version, we will launch a small form in Google, as usual, to collect a little bit of information. And one question will be if you will attend and if you would like to have a brochure printed. So we more or less calculate the number of copies for the working group members, and then like additional copies to distribute amongst the other attendees. We will collect information, yeah, as I said, about your attendance to the event and what you are going to do there specifically, if you will be in some booth, if you will be in some workshop, so that we will try to ensure that there is some coverage of those activities in which the working group members will be active. And like last year, we would like to record some testimonials to create a nice video for the working group. Last year, we had three. We had Simo from Accelerant, Israel from Ranel, and two participants. I think it was from Wings, actually. And the videos have a lot of views and they were very nice. I know they reuse it in some other things, so we will also ask about this. And so we can kind of plan ahead what will be needed there. So just keep an eye on your email and you can think about it in the meantime. I would also like to share with you that I got an invitation as the current chair to partake in the Valencia 5G days that will take place at the end of this month. And I was invited to deliver a talk, a presentation on the role of SMEs, with the idea of speaking about the role of SMEs in developing beyond 5G technology. So I just wanted to ask you and take the opportunity today if there are some key messages here that as SMEs we would like to pass on during this presentation. If you do not feel like kind of sharing it out loud, you can also write it in the chat or send me an email. I think one of the ways that that we have at our hands to kind of boost the impact of the working group is try to take advantage of these sort of invitations and go there, present what we do, and really emphasize the value of the SMEs. And I always like to ask you, as the members, well, what could you like for me to deliver on your behalf? At the end of the day, I'm just, I'm just your representative, but the power is yours. So yeah.
For us, Montimage, we participate in the 6G IA and several projects of the SNS program of the European Commission. And our role is concerns especially developing tools for cybersecurity and also defining the cybersecurity architecture for the 6G. So that's our main role.
Thank you, Edgardo. I will actually, I think I will still send an email so I maybe can collect your answers and try to kind of deliver overall message for the whole working group.
Sorry, may I ask a question? Edgardo has had these comments. Would you please let me know which SME is, Edgardo?
Montimage, which is an SME in Paris.
I see.
Founded by me, and I'm the CEO.
Okay, thank you very much.
Also, Edgardo is one of our members in the task force for the position paper. So thank you very much for that. Then a little bit of what's happening in the community. The brochure was announced in the news flash in February, which if you haven't read, I will share the link with you here. There is this SNS ICE webinar in next week about the one of the latest white papers launched by the SNS Technology Board on AI ML as a key enabler of 6G networks, which I am sure is very interesting for you. So maybe if you do not have the time to go through the whole white paper, you might as well attend the webinar and post your questions there. There is also one 6G Society workshop about understanding and addressing 6G controversies. As you know, 6G Society is focused more on the ethical and sustainable development of 6G. So it's also important if you are working projects for your KPIs, for your environmental and socioeconomic impact, and so on and so forth. There is as well a call for experts to evaluate EU research projects in the domain of the 5G, 6G, and smart networks and services. I think all of you are very well positioned to become evaluators. You have the expertise needed, so you can check the conditions, and I think it will also be another way to kind of get to know the ecosystem from another perspective and get to speak with different people as well. So if you are interested, just to know that they recently launched it. And also important, they launched it in the International Women's Day, and encourage very much women to apply. So we have a few of you here, like Haya, I think Evie was there, Yudani was there as well. So just for you to know that don't be afraid, and you are also welcome to take these chances, of course. Then we have the Horizon Implementation Day, which it already happened today, but there are two more planned webinars on grant agreement preparation in Horizon Europe. And this is also interesting, especially if you still do not have a lot of experience. They can give you very good insights and ease a little bit these admin and bureaucratic steps before going into the meat of the projects. Then we have in the Etsy webinar the white paper from the business value model subgroup. I think that's what it stands for. And it's about the emerging 5G and beyond ecosystem business models, which is also very relevant for all of us. And the 6G IA Security Working Group position paper on innovative approaches for 6G security. So all of these are, I added the links, so you are aware of what's going on. And just kind of to wrap up today's meeting, I also wanted to make you aware, in case you didn't read the email, that the 2 years of chairmanship for the SME Working Group have come to an end. So they are now welcoming candidatures for people to be chair and vice chair of the working group. So I'm just putting out there in case somebody would be interested in sending their candidatures, that tomorrow, no, sorry, the 14th. So on Friday, it's the deadline. And I think this is it, but I'm happy to take any questions you might have. I see that today no questions, everything is very clear. So thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much to our speakers. It was very interesting and it was a pleasure to have you here. As usual, I would like to encourage all of you to participate in this round table. So we will have another one well, if everything remains a little bit with the same dynamic. My plan would be to have another one in our next meeting that will take place in May. And as usual, you have here all our channels, and we will keep going on with the success stories campaign that you probably saw that Dorina is leading in LinkedIn and in Blue Sky. So thank you very much, and thank you for staying a little bit longer than usual, and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.